Hiya David, lovely to meet up with you and begin doing some work on your game. I suppose the moral of this session, really, this opening session, was that too much of anything is not necessarily a good thing for your game. What we've got obviously is we've got a little bit of knowledge of the stack and tilt system, and we've been trying to work some key pieces in. The main emphasis for you at the moment has been on the sort of downward movement of the left shoulder, so getting the left shoulder to work down and getting the hands to work in. And what we see in your early part, remember what we're trying to achieve within stack and tilt was trying to swing around a fixed point with a consistent inclination to the ground. So we don't want to be moving from side to side, and we don't want to be bobbing up and down. So basically we're trying to keep our head in that box. As your left shoulder goes down, it goes down at too high a rate, if you will. So consequently, the head starts to drop down. You can appreciate that if viewed from down the line, that will create a loss of inclination. The other thing then that you've maybe sort of picked up on and certainly emphasised, as a lot of people do, is the idea of sliding the hips. So what happens is the left shoulder works down too much too soon, and then the hips go really fast from the top and the arms get left behind. Once that happens, you can see you're hanging on to the angle in the right arm. The wrists start to uncock, and at impact we have too high an overtaking rate. You can see the club passing the hands, so we haven't really got the handle forward as you'd want to at impact. That can lead to added loft to the golf club, as on that particular shot. It can lead to inconsistent face angles, and it can lead to low point control problems. So we've got the left shoulder working down at too high a rate, and the hips thrusting towards the target at slightly too high a rate, or certainly the arms aren't keeping up with the body as it does so. So the first thing we did was we started to stabilise the head, and you can see that when we do this, we maintain our inclination to the ground. We still don't move off the ball. The fact that the left shoulder was working down and you were extending the spine was keeping you pretty stable. But what we've got on the first image is we've got a lot of sort of left shoulder down, but maybe not enough extension to balance it up. So remember that as the left, for any amount of left tilt we put in the swing, so in this case the left shoulder going down, we have to add some extension, otherwise we're going to drop down during the downswing. The other thing we did was to try and sequence the moves better from the top. And the drill for this was to swing to the top of the swing and stop. Try that again, a little bit quick. So you can see they're a pretty good move, keeping the head in the box. This is midway through the session. And then what you've got to do is you've got to hold it for a count of 3. Once you start to go from a standing start, you find that the sequencing of moves is a little bit more appropriate. So you become, from that standing start, you become very aware of whether something is moving too fast. So you become very aware of the sequencing. And if we go from left shoulder to the back of the left hand where the glove, the badge on the glove is, and we do the same on the sequence swing, we can see that the left arm has started to separate from the shoulder quicker. We can see that there's less angle being maintained in this right arm. And then we can also see that as we come through impact, we're able to lead with the handle rather than dump the wrists. Much more sort of organised impact position based on a very simple drill. So a little bit less of the left shoulder down and a little bit less of the thrusting of the hips. And it's just balancing things out to give us a nice starting point to move forward from during your next session. Good luck with it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. Well done.